Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited to be back, you guys. I know you all have been waiting for a new video for the longest time now, but I'm really happy to be doing my updated how to draw eyes tutorial. I'm really excited to do it today because I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do it, and my style has changed and I feel like I've improved, so I really hope that this video is of help to you guys. So first I'm going to be showing you guys the tools that I'll be using. First I'm going to be using an HB pencil, but I'd recommend you have like a 2H or 3H since it's lighter. And then I have like a regular mechanical pencil just to like darken things up, and it's 0.5 lead. Then I'll be using a white gel pen for highlights, and that's just a jelly roll pen or whatever. And then I have an eraser because my pencils that I'm using today don't have an eraser. And then the last thing I have is a blending stump to blend. You can also use a Q-tip or your finger or tissue paper or whatever. So first things first is our guidelines. What I'm doing right here is just making a straight line down the middle. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is make a slight curved line. I just like making a curved line because it is, you know, it just shows that the face is 3D or whatever, like the eyes are gonna like be on that. I can't really explain it. I just like to make it curved because that's what I usually do for faces. And then next thing is the shape of the eyes. So it's kind of like a rhombus shape. So I'm gonna show you guys basically over this picture of the eyes, this reference. Basically it's kind of like 4 lines that you're drawing, and it forms a rhombus shape. So you're either gonna have at least like 4 or 5 lines. So just look for that when you're looking at your reference picture if you're using one, or you could just do that when you're not using a reference and just know that it's just like a rhombus shape, and focus on using those geometric shapes before you get to the organic shapes. Now the next thing I'm doing here is just making like an equidistant line in between the corner of the eye and the middle line that I drew, so I can make sure that the eye on the other side is the same distance from the one on the other. So I'm just doing that on that side. Next step is to round out the eyes. I'm just rounding out the corners and turning that geometric shape into a organic shape. And then as you're doing this, you kind of want to like start shaping out where the eyeliner is going to be, or basically like, yeah, I would say that's the eyeliner that I'm kind of slowly darkening up towards. And then I'm just slowly making the wing on the eye, because y'all know I love my wing eyeliner. You know, gotta have them wing eyeliners on fleek, okay? So just, you know, use very light sketch lines and gradually make it darker so you don't make any mistakes or avoid making mistakes. And then you can also draw the little tear duct in the corner of the eye too if you want. Next is drawing the iris. You can also draw a full circle for this and just like erase the rest of the circle like above the top of the eye, if that'll make it easier for you. So you could like, you know, basically make that perfect circle shape for the iris. And then right here, I'm just darkening everything up with my mechanical pencil. And then as I'm going along, I'm just like slowly thickening the eyeliner and just starting to darken things up. And when I do this, I kind of like to have like a thick to thin line ratio because I feel like it gives it more like characteristic. And then I'm doing the bottom lashes. I did the bottom lashes there, and then the eyelid flap or whatever, the little thing above your eye, the eyelid or whatever. And then I'm just coloring in the iris very lightly and then blending it all in with my blending stump. And I actually learned this technique from Gabrielle Bricky. Like, oh my gosh, I love her art. I hope that's how I pronounce her name, but yeah, she is definitely a heavy influence on my art. She has a heavy influence on my art. And then next I am darkening up the limbal ring, which is the dark part around the iris of the eye, and I'm just you know, going around lightly, casually, like not casually, but gradually darkening up as I go. And when I do this, I kind of like to do like the thick to thin line ratio too, but you don't have to do that, like making some areas thicker than the other. But that's just something that I like to do. And then next I am doing the top eyelashes. I'm actually going to show you guys how I do the lashes on another separate page. And then I'm kind of just like darkening up the bottom waterline and just kind of like making some areas dark and then leaving some of the other areas like a little lighter. And so this is how I would go about making eyelashes. I kind of like make like a double lash because I just like that look of like it being in twos, because I feel like it's more feathery. I love the feathered eyelash look, and it's like more realistic too. And it's just like a light flick of the wrist type of motion that you can use to help you out with that trick. Next, I'm doing the pupil, and I like to do like a crescent moon type thing for the pupil here. Also, make sure you pay attention to the whites of the eye. Make sure they're about equal to each other. And now I'm just kind of like going back and forth, adding in details and just darkening areas up that I think need to be darkened, which is all optional. You don't have to. But this is just something that I like to do for my own little touch. And the next thing I'm doing is coloring in the pupil, and then I am basically making like a gradient as I darken up the eyes. So I go from dark to light. Next thing I do is take my blending stump and then I blend that out. And then I'm going to take my eraser next, and I'm going to erase the opposite diagonal direction of where I'm going to put the highlight. You'll see what I'm talking about when I put the highlight on, but basically I'm just going to highlight a little section, erase a little section of the eye here for highlight. It gives a really nice effect. Makes it as if the eyes are really shiny. And then I'm gonna take my my white gel pen and just put the highlight on the tip of the right side of the pupil. And I'm just darkening things up right now just to make sure it's as dark as it can possibly be, so the white can really pop when I put it on there. And with this particular gel pen, it is like I did have to like kind of go like put a little bit on there, let it dry a little bit, and then go back and put a little bit more, because you know it was just doing its own little thing. But eventually I got to where I wanted it to be, and then I'm just going back with the pencil and kind of like darkening around it so it can kind of pop out a little bit more. And yep, that is it. This is my complete eye tutorial, you guys. I really hope that you all learned something. Please let me know down in the comments below what you thought, and also make sure to use hashtag Rawsueshii if you do this tutorial, and yeah, make sure to tag me. So I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks so much for watching. See you all next time. Peace, love, and God bless. Mwah.